So yeah, this is to do with, I don't know if you've heard of it, MK Ultra. It was some CIA mind control program thing that they did back 50s or 60s. I actually made a video up of it because I love all this kind of stuff. So I'll put that on if you fancy watching that. That takes a couple of minutes. I can see Tom's like, nah, sorry, I don't really want to watch that.
I've seen.
You've seen it, mate? Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'll put this on and then we can have a wee chat about it. It just gives you some background information about MK Ultra, because a lot of people have never even heard of it. But this has actually been brought out to be actually true. Here we go, boys. Throughout history, there have been secret programs that blur the line between science and madness. MK Ultra is one of the most notorious. But what exactly was it? And what truths lie hidden beneath the surface? Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving deep into the mysterious world of MK Ultra, the CIA's mind control program that has captivated conspiracy theorists and researchers alike. Buckle up as we explore its origins, experiments, and the ethical dilemmas that continue to haunt us. MK Ultra began in the early 1950s during the Cold War, a period marked by paranoia and the fear of communist brainwashing. The CIA sought to develop techniques for interrogation and mind control, fearing that the Soviet agents were using drugs and psychological tactics against the US. Officially sanctioned in 1953, the project aimed to explore various methods of manipulating mental states, from psychedelic drugs like LSD to hypnosis and sensory deprivation. The agency delved into a realm of uncharted psychological territory. The experiments under MK Ultra were as diverse as they were unethical. One infamous branch was Project Artichoke, which specifically focused on interrogation techniques. Subjects, many unwitting of the test, were exposed to drugs, including high doses of LSD without their consent. Many of the individuals involved suffered long-term psychological effects, and the moral implications of using human subjects without consent were largely ignored. The public only learned about MK Ultra in the 70s when Senate hearings began to reveal the shocking details that raised questions about human rights and the integrity of government institutions. One surprising outcome was how the revelations led to crucial debate over the ethics of experimentation and informed consent in research. The program was officially halted, but the legacy of MK Ultra continued to impact our society. Despite the program being discontinued, many conspiracy theories have flourished. Some claim that aspects of MK Ultra persist in modern psychological operations. Are we witnessing the evolution of these techniques today? From films to novels, the idea of mind control and psychological manipulation captures our imagination and fears, making MK Ultra a cultural phenomenon. As we look back on MK Ultra, we're left with many questions. How far should we go in the name of science? What are the ethical boundaries that should never be crossed? And can we truly trust our government with our minds? If you found this exploration of MK Ultra intriguing, be sure to like, subscribe and hit that notification bell for more deep dives into history's mysteries. And let us know your thoughts in the comments below. What do you think about the ethics of experimentation? Until next time, stay curious. Yeah, there you go.
What's that?
Do you know what the funny thing is? See that music thing? The music for it, I'd made that to annoy Michelle. Because you said about a dance song, I was like, anybody can write a dance song? So I made that, and then I made it the most annoying tune ever, and that's why
Quite catchy.
it came into existence.
I've heard a lot worse.
Yeah.
Before we get onto like the proper series of it, can I just ask you again to say history's mysteries?
Oh mate,
Tom's finally got on in. Go on, Tam, say it. It's taken you 12, well, strictly speaking, 13 weeks.
not to be
Be
fair,
able to get one.
you have called me out on something else before that I said. I can't remember what it was, but it was something the way I said it. It was, I can't remember what it was though.
But it sounds like that one was quite difficult.
History's mysteries.
Nailed it.
Yeah.
But yeah, all seriousness, loved it. Really, really
I
interesting.
don't know if there was a guy that was in it. Don't know if you've seen the picture of the guy with the beard. What's his name again? I guess it's Ted Kaczynski. He was the. Was it Ted? I mean, I made that up.
Name sounds familiar.
You think I would need to look it up. I'm sure it was Ted Kaczynski, and he was the Unabomber. And apparently he was part of the MK Ultra thing. That's the.
Was it?
Yeah, and that's what there's a lot of things saying that's linked to why he did what he did, because it basically fucked his brain up.
Yeah.
So
If you look into it, honestly, God, he was. They're going to say it's unproven, but he definitely was in that program thing.
Because so obviously after I watched that a while ago, found out that film on it.
Yeah, I took that out. There was a trailer in the main one I'd done, but I took that out just for.
So I watched most of it. I haven't seen him come up or anything.
Yeah, no, he was.
But what I seen was brilliant. But even at the start of it, it's like how it started going. So the scientist behind it, can't for the life of me remember his name. He was doing something for it anyway. He was like studying this, like how it can affect people and whatnot. But he wouldn't get the backing.
Yeah.
He wouldn't get they were just shutting him off, saying you can't do that, you can't do that. And that's when the CIA picked him up to back it.
Yeah. I mean, I've written down a couple of things as I was watching it that immediately come to mind.
It's frightening.
The first thing is they talked about consent, about medicating against consent.
Yeah.
The first thing that immediately comes to mind is for some people in such an extreme mental state, they're not in a position to give consent anyway.
Yeah.
And the second thing is, just after I wrote it down, they sort of touched on it a little bit about some of these practices are still used in modern day psychology. So where do you draw the line between psychology and mind control?
See, I mean, the thing is with that as well is there was some people that were getting tested with that. There was nothing wrong with them. I mean, it was just, this is what they were doing. I think they were just doing like benchmark things, and all they were doing is fucking people's heads up. So it's heavy duty stuff. I mean, that's as you say, mate. Where do you draw the line? It's frightening.
Yeah, because surely psychology is an element of mind control because it's reprogramming the way that your brain.
Try to rewire how you think of things and stuff like that, mate. Yeah.
But at what point is it unethical, if that's the right phrase to use?
Yeah, it is exactly that. But it's
more about the intention of it, isn't it?
Yeah.
What's your intention for it?
But that's when you go, well, how do you define what unethical is? That's what you're always going to have these arguments, aren't they? They're just going to argue that, well, no, it's not unethical because whatever. It's for the greater good or some nonsense like that. Yeah.
Because I do wonder how many of like the most extreme, I don't know when you see on the news like random murders and it's just clearly obvious that they're just not in a very good mental state at all. I can't help but wonder how, if these people have been in the system and their failings of the medical system that have just gone out of control and it's too late.
So if you
and
look
they
at
go to an extreme.
if those the I can't remember what is it, the Columbine school massacre. I can't remember their names. The two boys. It was back in the 90s.
Oh, I have no idea.
But the two of them, but then they try to blame it on quite the kind of music and they were listening to because we were listening to like Marilyn Manson, and it was all this sort of. Fucking what? The guy's got millions and millions of followers and listeners, and you don't see them getting out with machine guns and gunning down school children. It's just, what are you talking about?
Well, to be honest, that's almost a whole other can of worms, isn't it? Because the music industry, there's a lot of talk of satanic messages hidden in songs and
Mate, I've been hearing
artist
that.
logos.
I mean, the fact that I'm a heavy metal fan, obviously, you guys know that, and I've been listening to that from the 80s. It is utter nonsense. It's as if you get about slaughtering pigs and all that. It's like, fuck are you talking about? It's just music. It's like, there was one of the ones in America. It was that bad that these guys were having to go up in front of magistrates in America and all that sort of stuff. They had, like their high courts or whatever it is, because they were trying to say they'd backward messages in their records. Yeah. And that's it. There was a band that I know you would never have heard of them. There was this band. Oh God, I can't even remember the name of them. But they were called in. They're basically known as black metal. That was the name of their album. And they were accusing them of having backward messages in their songs. And the guy turned around and went, "What are you talking about? What songs are about the devil and all that?" It's like, there's forward messages in my songs. It's just like, what the hell are you on about? It's just utter drivel.
Yeah. But I guess people can just hold on to one thing that they see or how they interpret it, and that's what it is.
I think it's the Christian thing, the Bible Belt stuff over in America. That doesn't help. That definitely doesn't help.
They're very religious over there, aren't
they?
Yeah,
especially down south, the more southern parts. But it is,
we're going off topic of mind control, but on the topic of America and its religion, did you watch Trump's inauguration?
No, but I heard about Elon Musk's beautiful signal. I've seen that.
Yeah, that wasn't great.
No, it wasn't one of his better moments.
Definitely wasn't one of his better moments. And they had a preacher on there doing like the religious aspect, and yeah, that was intense.
Genuinely, mate, I wouldn't give the guy any headspace. I wouldn't even watch him. Anything he's on, he's a fucking lump of wood. A dangerous, dangerous man. I agree with some of the things that he says. I'm not saying that there's certain things that you go, no, I get that, but you're going, he's a dangerous, dangerous man. He's going to end up burning this planet to the ground, man, honest to God. I think we'll be lucky to get out of this presidency alive. He's a fucking loon ball.
They're unpredictable, isn't he?
No. He just antagonises everyone. You just can't help yourself. Just a fucking moron.
That's the thing, though, isn't it? It's just as he pleases. There's no anything behind it. He just does what he wants.
Yeah.
I don't even know how he got back in. They must be. I haven't got a clue, to be honest.
I think it's just the left's so weak over there now, isn't it? I think that's the problem.
Yeah. Oh, controversially, I can't help but agree with some of the things that he said. I agree he's very unpredictable and can be seen as dangerous, but there's some of this stuff that you think, actually, fair play, I wish we'd done that.
That's what I said, mate. I said that before. I said he was a fucking loon ball. There's certain things that he has said, you go, no, I agree with certain things that he said. But there is, but no. Sometimes it's if he's trying to be controversial for the sake of it.
No. Elon Musk's doing the same, though. He's muscling in, isn't he?
No, he's a fucking roaster.
Into politics. And you think, I get it, mate. You've got so much money. You just don't know what to do next. And it's like, pick the right tree to piss up. Because you're not a politician. But you're just minted.
You're going back to it. You're saying going away from mind control, but you're going, media is a form of mind control. And these social media fucking things, this guy can spew any old shite he wants, and it can influence, especially youngsters. The younger generations can influence them. That is basically mind control. It's brainwashing. It's basically brainwashing. You can get these people to agree with your point of view.
Bit like them, the Tate brothers not long ago. And the big schools banning them.
Yeah.
Because of the messages that they were sending to young lads.
Yeah. The toxic meal thing and all that.
Yeah. like women should be in the kitchen.
Andrew Tate, wasn't it? Is it Andrew Tate?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just media, isn't it?
But that's what it is now, isn't it? That's how they do it now. They can push anything they want on you.
Yeah. My youngest son done it, watching the Trump thing. Straight away, he went, "Is that Elon Musk in the background?" I'm like, "Mate, you're 11. How do you know who that clown is?" Like, and then, like, my eldest was like, "Oh, that's Jeff Bezos." Like, really? You should be watching The Simpsons or something. Like, you should know who these guys are.
Yeah.
No, crazy.
That's how they see it all, though, isn't it?
That's the thing. They look up to these people as well because they think that's the dream, is to get to that. All that money, and unfortunately, it's just the world that they're getting brought up in now. But it is what it is.
Yeah, it sure is. But back to mind control, which is actually what we're meant to be talking about, but we keep going off on tangents. Is this, I know you said it's been a proven conspiracy.
Yeah.
Is there any modern day stories of where is like evidence of it still taking place?
That I don't know, mate. I would need to look into that, but I wouldn't. I'd imagine there's got to be some element of it, but not to that extent. Because apparently it was going on. I mean, it was going on for decades. It was horrific. Hell, man, people killing themselves and all that because basically the brain was mush. It's there. It's not pretty.
Definitely give the film a because it's it does even like just watching that, and then it opens up like say how they started it, and then how some of the patients were picked, and it's a lot of it as well. You remember, obviously it's two completely different times now. So back then there was this one patient on it, and it was the mum was all worried and concerned, but the dad was a bit like, he's not right, don't want nothing to do with him, fix him however you can.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what it was, when it was like,
yeah, that was the thing.
Stick him in there.
He didn't understand mental health stuff and all that as well back in those days.
There's no such thing, was there?
Yeah, like there's something fucking wrong with you. Sort yourself out.
And they're just like picking them like that, finding the desperate parents and the vulnerable people. I know you said they just got people in to do it as well. You obviously just wanted free drugs. But,
well, yeah, that's the other element of it, isn't it?
But I mean, there's loads of these things, the conspiracies that have been proven true. I think it's maybe worthwhile looking into some of them as well. Some of them are you're like, what? And they're actually true. They get hanged out to be true. It's like they want to do where they were deliberately withholding drugs from, was it black males? It's syphilis. That was American government. And people were dying and all that, and they had the stuff there that they could have cured them easily. They just wanted to check to see what the effects were.
Yeah.
Like, we'll dive into that one. That one is.
Yeah, 100%. There's an element around that, around COVID, and it's always a bit of a topic you've got to tread carefully because everyone's got a different viewpoint on it, and some people may have lost someone close to them due to COVID, etc. But there's so many conversations happening around knowing that the vaccines were never going to work or have a difference, but it was all a business front to make money, and they know that there's natural remedies out there that will actually have more of a benefit than the vaccines themselves. And I guess it's a bit like that the conversations are happening. It just depends on what side of the fence that your gut feel is as to how much you want to believe it, isn't it? And everyone's well entitled to believe what they want, but
I work in a hospital, mate, so I can assure you that it was fucking carnage. It was during the height of it. It was fucking carnage. It was frightening times, man. Honestly, there was people dying all over the place. It was mainly the older. That was the thing. That's how they were saying about the herd immunity thing they were going on about. You're going, you do that, and all these old people are just all going to fucking die. I mean, that's what's going to happen. Essentially, that was what did happen. I can assure you, it wasn't fucking fake. That was doing a many. No, I'm just saying, mate. A lot of people, you'd be going. There was a lot of people went to the mortuary during that time.
Yeah, no, 100%.
There's certain wards they had that they basically took patients in. That was where they were going to die because there was basically were fucked. But yeah.
Yeah. It's points more around corporate companies.
That
actually in on it, like the PPE scandals and
I do.
stuff like that. And you think worldwide pandemic, and there's people that capitalise on it, aren't there?
It was like Michelle Moan, wasn't it? She was fucking found out she'd been doing stuff, and it was she wasn't equipped to do whatever it was that she'd been given the contract for, and she was on the TV crying and all that, saying, "Oh, I didn't know," and all this shit. Yeah,
You put it so nicely.
It's like so when it happened, Donald Trump told everyone that you just need to drink bleach.
you could see his
And
side.
there was people in America like 2 gallons of toilet ducts.
It was the science advisor behind him, or to the side of him. You could just see her like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, he didn't literally mean
Yeah.
bleach.
But he asked the question. He said about if you could drink that, would that have the same effect? And the science advisor's like, see the most powerful man in the world, and he's fucking advising people to drink bleach. Fuck me.
The worrying thing is, though, people looked at him and went, okay, Donald says, let's go.
That goes to it. That shows you that there's people out there that will believe everything that's put in front of you
Yeah.
and take it like gospel.
Yeah, I know. But like another example of like corporate companies cashing in on it was when you had to go to the shop, queue outside, one in, one out, and then you go in and there's a pot of hand sanitizer for fucking 500 quid, and you're like, really?
Mate,
That was $1.99 earlier.
there was people coming out of the hospital and stealing the hand sanitizers out the hospital. I swear to fuck, they were actually having
I
to.
can believe it.
They were see the wee tie wraps. They were having to tie wrap them onto these sort of brackets to stop people stealing them.
Yeah, can believe it. Price shops are charging.
Mental.
Yes.
But no, I wholeheartedly agree that I think that there is a lot of investigations going on that are going to uncover a lot of stuff, a lot of shenanigans during the whole pandemic stuff with the vaccines and shit like that.
Yeah. God, we've gone off on some right tangents, haven't we?
I think
That's
the biggest
conspiracy
company to benefit was the toilet roll companies.
Toilet rolling.
What? That was just frightening. You're in to get toilet paper and fuck, what do you mean you have no toilet paper?
Yeah. I remember doing
that's the first thing to go.
Yeah, but you go out, you look at it and you go, I didn't see any of the symptoms saying you'll shit yourself to death. It's like, fucking hell.
I know, but it's
You walk in and say,
when you had...
survive, you get... Sorry, go on.
No, go on, mate.
So this is where you go in and you need your cans to survive if you're not going out or anywhere, like long life food and stuff like that. No. Toilet roll. I can go and pick up all my soup and everything. Fine. Not an issue. If I need to wipe my ass, I've got no chance.
No. That was the first thing they started rationing. Remember, like when you had to get your shopping delivered. You had to get your shopping delivered. And you're like, can only have one toilet roll, one tin of baked beans, and like I might as well just go with that.
The funny thing is, I know quite a few people just through various things that I've done now on my website I used to run. So I know people in a lot of different parts of the world. So I'd put on a post on Facebook going, is it just in Britain that everybody's fucking went nuts for toilet roll? And then that's somebody from Canada, and we're going, no, it's the same here, we've no toilet paper. In Australia, everywhere, just no, everybody's buying toilet paper. So what the fuck is it with toilet paper? Bananas.
Bananas, yeah. They were going.
Good source of potassium.
Get your potassium in.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh man, they are weird times. Do you ever see stuff on Facebook every now and then or TikTok and it's like, can you believe we done this? And it was like a video of the police driving around Hyde Park in London going, do not sunbathe. You are not permitted to sunbathe. And you think, fucking hell.
Yeah.
Like, we was allowed out for an hour. And I remember walking up the middle of the road and it was like a zombie apocalypse. I was like the only person there. You think, what is happening?
Because that was a lot of the conspiracy people were saying, is this them testing the waters for the 1980 thing and all that? They might do that sort of controlling the masses sort of thing. Big Brother is watching. It's like, is that them testing the water for that to see? You go, who knows?
No. Well, they've already talked about doing another test on the alert system, haven't they, later this year?
Right, have they?
Yeah, that's come out in the news the other day. I think it's planned for later in the year, but when we all get that emergency text, like the broadcast,
Yeah.
it's going to be another one of them this year, and you just think, is there something behind this? Or is it just genuine testing, planning for the worst?
Wow.
What have we learned? What have we learned from the last pandemic?
See,
Not
now
a
with
fucking
that,
lot.
I think something like that is needed because I honestly believe we're getting so closer to being a war.
Annihilated. See, to
Because
be
of
honest, Tom, see
certain,
if it does become a war, you won't need that, mate. We'll all be fucking evaporate. We'll just evaporate. We'll incinerated, or any other word that ends in "ate."
Sat in the dining room under the table with 5 packets of toilet roll.
Yeah. There's a fucking...
you can take my freedom.
Yeah. You'll never
You're not
take my
taking my
toilet
Hendrix.
Gives Braveheart a whole new meaning, don't it?
Yeah.
It really does. The modern day man with his 9-pack of bog roll.
Yeah. It's if you've got diarrhea, isn't it? And you're sitting there like that, brave fart.
There we go.
So, 33 minutes.
Thanks, mate.
Well done.
I held off, guys. Did you see my make it snappy comments, Gary? My wee jokes, mate? On the weekly roundup?
Oh no, I've got that to watch later. I haven't seen it yet.
2, mate. 2 of them.
I did see someone commented, how did
Yeah, it was a great podcast apart from him using the make it snappy joke, please.
So that's some really what's the word? Constructive criticism there. That was like in depth.
Yeah.
Don't do this, don't do that. Tam, stop making your jokes.
I think that was you that said that, though, I think.
Yeah. Someone said that it was a pleasant surprise because this is the first time they saw you without a hat on.
That was Pete.
Pete Stewart.
Yeah, it was Pete the surprise. Once again,
Oh,
Pete,
that's
haven't got it
surprising.
for you.
He's going to be the first one to buy a calendar, isn't he?
Yeah.
Tom,
just be tall.
no hat on. Just a bobble out covering his modesty.
I'll get it sent to you, Pete. Don't worry.
Yeah. God. I've got to sleep tonight, boys. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, sorry, mate.
Don't want that.
It's all mind control.
Don't want that in my head.
MK Ultra. Tom in your mind. Oh, I do like the topic though. But it'd definitely be interesting to delve into conspiracies that have been proven true. Because the word conspiracy is always associated with that's a load of bollocks.
Sake. What you say?
Oh, he's doing it, Tom.
There we go.
Yeah, conspiracy is always associated with utter nonsense, isn't it?
Yeah.
So it'd be good to actually see the ones that are true.
But that's it. I'm always wary of them though because of the fact that people tend to then they go, I see that's true, so that means they're all true. You go, well, no, it's not. The majority of them are proven to be absolute nonsense, but it does make you think. Don't just dismiss it. Sort of look into it. Yeah.
100%.
But there is a lot of them. It's a lot.
Always got to be open-minded with these things. Haven't we?
So yeah. MK Ultra.